All right, folks, and we're live with the high school boys game. PCCS Knights hosting Show Me Angels. Almost missed the tip-off there. And Ben Walker under the basket, trying to get a basket up for two. Missed the shot. Good effort. Angels get the ball. Knights ball. Josh Venom bringing the ball in, gives it to Landon Gray to bring it down. Landon intended for Lucas Burton. Landon ends up getting the loose ball again. Over to Rust. Rust to Landon in the corner. Landon inside to Burton, putting it up for two. Missed it, but Burton got his own rebound, puts it right back up for two, and that's good. Basket is good for the Knights. First score on the board. And I forgot to reset the scoreboard after the last game. Let me fix that. It'll be just a minute. The score's currently 2-0 in the first quarter. And number 11 with the Angels going for the shot, draws a foul. The score's currently 2-0. Number 11 on the free throw line now, shooting for two. First free throw is a miss. And second free throw was a shot, so it's 2-1. Josh Venom with a two-pointer for the Knights. Angels bringing the ball back. Number 11's got the ball, puts it over to 21. 21 back to 11, driving in, putting it in, under the basket, good for two. Score is 4-3. Knights lead by one. Over to Josh Venom, Josh. Over to Burton up top, back to Josh. Angels get the ball. 11 bringing the ball down for the Angels. Over to 22. 22 down to 5 in the corner. 5 inside, but Josh Venom steals the pass. Ball ends up going to Gray to bring it down. Landon Gray bringing the ball back across. Over to Rust on the far side. Rust down to Gray in the corner, putting it up for three and miss. But Venom's there for the rebound, puts it back. Walker gets that rebound with a putback and no good. And Angels finally clear the board, but the ball's out of bounds off the Angels. 21 trying to get possession of it before it rolled out. Venom's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Venom passed the ball into Gray. Gray over to Burton for a three-pointer from the corner, folks. Score is 7-3. 11 bringing the ball back down for the Angels. Over to 22. 22 turns around and gives it 10. 10 passes it inside to 11 with a bounce pass intended outside, but he stepped outside before he could get that bounce pass off. Venom's going to pass the ball in for the Knights. Ball over to Landon Gray. Bring it down. Landon over to Rust. Rust to Venom. Back down to Gray in the baseline. Puts it up to Ben Walker. Ben doing his thing under the basket and puts it up for two. Looks like timeout. 30-second timeout on Angels. Coach Burton having a powwow as well. Angels coach taking the players out on the court to demonstrate what he's trying to explain. That makes sense. Might be easier to show that. 4 minutes, 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Blue. Angels have the ball. .11 bringing the ball down, gives it 21. 21 back to 11 up top. 11 bounce pass to 22. Heavy pressure, he's passing it back across 21, back to 22. Down to 10 in the corner, putting it up for 2, it's a miss. And Ben Walker with a rebound. Gives the ball over to Landon Gray. Landon Gray making a fast break, putting the shot up and draws a foul. Landon going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. Ref says foul on Blue 21. Landon Gray at the free throw line, shooting for 2. The score's currently 9-3. All right, first basket's up, but it's good. It's 10-3. Second basket is up, but it's good. 11-3. Number 11 bringing the ball down for the Angels. Over to 22. 22 trying to pass it. It's tipped out of bounds, I believe, off White. We'll see what the ref says. That is correct. Angels ball right at the score table. Passing the ball into 11. 11 putting it over to 21 on the far side. 21 passing it down to 11. Then out to 5. Back inside to 11. Ball's on the floor. And jump ball. Landon Gray and Ledger Rust helping to keep hands on that ball and get the possession arrow over to them for the next jump. All right, Angels bringing the ball back across. Back over to 11. 11 down to 22. 22 out to 10. 10 out to 11 again. 11 trying to bounce pass, but Lucas Burton was there for it. Stole the ball. Landon Gray bringing it down. Gives it to Lucas in the corner. Going up for 3. Hits off the rim. Missed the shot. Lucas just walked up and took it from the player and put it back up. Foul on the floor before the shot. We'll see who the ref says that's on. Blue, 21. White ball. Josh Venom bringing the ball in for the Knights. Passing it over to Ben Walker. Ben puts it across to Burton for 2, and the shot was across the basket and back out. Angels bringing the ball down. Number 5's got it, puts it down to number 10, passing it inside to 5, and Landon Gray grabs the bounce pass off the floor. So Landon's going to bring it back down for the Knights. Landon inside, intended for Ben Walker, I believe, but it was tipped up. And 22 making a fast break, put the shot up, missed it, and Josh Venom with the rebound. Landon's going to bring the ball back down again. Landon over to Venom on the near side. Venom had to chase the pass down, gives it back to Landon. Landon back to Venom. No three-point shot. He's driving in a little bit, puts it out to Burton for a 3, and swish for Lucas Burton. 14-3. .11 puts the ball over to 22, I think that was. Nope. But either way, Knights tipped the ball up and stole it. Landon Gray's bringing it back down. Landon over to Rust on the near side. Rust down to Landon in the corner. Landon bounce pass inside to Ben Walker for 2 points. That's a reliable move. Number 11 bringing the ball down for the Angels. Over to 22 on the near side, down to 10 in the corner, and the ball is almost out of bounds. Bounce pass inside to 11. He's going around Walker. Pass it out to another Angel. Number 5 puts a shot up, and it was a miss. Landon Gray gets the ball. He sees too many defenders. He's going to slow it up a little bit. Puts it over to Venom on the far side. Venom's driving into the baseline, hands it off to Walker for an easy 2. Score is 18-3. Number 11 bringing the ball back down, getting a screen, driving into the paint, trying to put a shot up, but Ledger Rust ended up taking the ball. Coach Burton calls a 30-second timeout. He's going to bring Gideon Walker and Alden Gardner in on the court this time. They're coming off the substitution spot. A minute and 1 second left in the first quarter. Folks, you might have noticed I moved the clock down from the top of the screen. Had some feedback after the last game that we had, not the one tonight, but earlier this week or last week, had a game where the clock was at the top, and it was interfering with statisticians watching gameplay later and confirming the scores. So a new location for that. We'll see if that works out well or not. All right, Knights are back out on the court. Knights ball. Venom brings the ball into Gray. Gray over to Venom on the near side, down to Burton in the corner. Burton back up to Venom. Venom driving into the free throw, puts it over to Gardner. Gardner back over to Burton. Burton over to Venom. Venom driving inside, going past the shot, and his teammate wasn't where he thought he was going to be, so ball's out of bounds. Angels ball. Number 11 bringing the ball across for the Angels. Down to 10 in the corner. Bounce pass inside to 5. Trying to bounce pass across the paint, and they got it over. Burton almost stole the ball. 22's got the ball up top, gives it to 11. 11 driving in to the paint, puts the ball over to 10 on the near side, and ball's out off 10's toe, white ball. Venom brings the ball into Gray. 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Over to Burton in the corner for 3. Off the rim, and Alden Gardner up to Gray. Gray for 3. So close on the buzzer beater. I've seen Gray do that before and make it. Good effort. All right, at the end of the first quarter, the score is 18-3. A 1-minute break between quarters. All right, folks, everything seems to be working.
This podcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for students in our area. All rights reserved.
And we're back. This is the high school boys, PCCS Knights in white, hosting the Show Me Christian School Angels in blue. And starting out the second quarter will be Josh Venom, Landon Gray, Alden Gardner, Gideon Walker, Lucas Burton. Ledger Rust and Ben Walker taking a breather. All right, Gray's bringing the ball down for the Knights. Passes the ball over to Burton for the shot. I think Lucas Burton drew a foul. Yeah, I think the foul must have been on 10. That ref does the numbers so he can read them, not so the score table can read them, so we have to do them backwards. And I don't mind, I can do that. It's just sometimes I struggle to remember which ref does it which way. And I put that on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Lucas Burton's first free throw was good, so the score is 19-3. Second free throw is good, 20-3. All right. Angels bringing the ball in. Number 11 bringing it down for the Angels. Over to 22, 22-10 in the corner. And the ball's out to 11. Almost lost it, but they keep it. Angels pass the ball inside, and Landon Gray almost forced a turnover. Ended up, Alden Gardner got it. Landon's going to bring it down for the Knights. Over to Gardner on the far wing. Gardner down to Venom in the corner. Venom going for three. Close. Angels get the rebound. Number 11's going to bring the ball back for the Angels. Still 20-13. And missed pass. Lucas Burton ends up with the ball. Gives it to Gray to bring it back. Landon over to Lucas. Lucas over to Josh Venom. Josh up to Gardner. Gardner driving down into the paint, putting up a beautiful jump shot, but it was a little short, and the Angels come up with the ball. 6 minutes, 52 seconds left in the second quarter. Angels put a shot up, missed it. Number 5 followed his shot and got the ball back, puts it out to 11. 11 across to 10 in the corner. 10 bounce pass into 5. 5 puts a shot up, and it's good. 20-5. Landon Gray bringing the ball back down for the Knights. Over to Lucas. Lucas down to Venom in the corner. Venom up for another three. It's short, and the Angels end up with the ball. And foul, I think, on Venom. Yep, ref says white 2-5. Angels ball at the sideline. Looks like one foul on each side. 21 bringing the ball across for the Angels. Bringing 22 up for a screen. That didn't work out as well as he'd hoped, but number 10 got the ball and put it up, and that was a three-pointer, folks. 8 points for the Angels at the moment. Good play for them. Oh, a long pass from Landon Gray out of bounds off 32 with the Angels. He saw the pass coming, had time to get out there in front of it. Josh Venom bringing the ball in for the Knights up to Landon. Landon over to Josh. Josh down to Burton. Burton in the corner putting it up for three. Oh, a beautiful three-pointer for Lucas Burton. 23-8, returning the favor. Number 11 bringing the ball down for the, and Landon Gray with a beautiful steal. Putting the shot up, a jump shot. Oh, what a beautiful spin and shoot for Landon Gray. That's a highlight reel, folks. That'll make the season highlights. Number 11 bringing the ball back down. Now that was a screen. Angels did a good screen there and put it over to 10 for another three-point effort. That was no good. And Lucas Burton chasing the ball down. And, oh, good call. Angels coach called a timeout so they keep possession. Fair play. That's good strategy. I've seen Coach Burton do that. Oh, that's a full timeout for the Angels. (25-8) with 5 minutes, 5 seconds left in the first half. When we get to halftime, folks, we'll take a brief break and we'll pull up the schedule for upcoming events for the Knights. We'll go over that real quick. All right, everybody's back out on the court. Angels ball on the near sideline. into 11. 11's bringing it across. Pass it into 5. 5 turning around. He's got Walker right behind him. Pass it over to 10. 10 out to 22 for a long 2-point effort. It's a miss. Lucas Burton clears the board, gives it over to Gray to bring down. Landon Gray over to Gardner. Gardner over to Rust. Rust swinging it around. Passes it inside, intended for Burton, and number 11 stole the pass. Make it a fast break, but he's got Gardner in front of him. Tried to pass it, and the ball's out of bounds. But I believe it's out off White at the last second. Good effort. Still Angels ball under their own basket now. 21's going to bring the ball in for the Angels. 21 over to 22, and the ball's out of bounds. Looks like White tipped it out. 21 into 10 in the corner. 10 cross court, intended for 5. He ended up keeping it. Gives it to 11 for a 3-point effort. Nope, no good. Ledger Rust with the rebound. Over to Landon Gray. Landon over to Burton. Lucas Burton passing it up to Gardner. Gardner over to Rust on the far side. Rust swinging it down to the baseline, taking a screen from Walker. Missed the shot, but Walker did the putback. No good. Rust did the putback. Still no good. And possession turnover. Angels get the rebound. 11 bringing the ball back for the night, for the Angels. Passing it down to 22. Going to pass it inside to 5. Brings it out to 10 for a 2-point shot. No good. Gardner with the rebound. Doing a good job clearing the board there. Gardner driving through the defenders, putting it up for 2, and there was a block before the shot, so the shot did not count. Blue 10 with the block. I think it was before the shot. We'll see. Right, no shot. The foul is before the shot, so it's just bringing the ball inbounds. Should be white ball, I think. Ledger Rust. Nope. Tyler Anderson subbing in for Alden Gardner, I believe. And Ben Walker got the inbounds. Oh, ball was a little high for Ben Walker, but Ledger's there to get the fast pass break for the Angels, trying to get the ball across the midcourt line. Ledger got it, sent it back. Knights couldn't capitalize on the basket, so it's Angels ball now. Shot to 10 in the corner. He put it up. It's good for 2. He had a foot across the 3-point line, so it's 25 to 10. Landon Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights. Inside to Walker. Walker turning around, putting it up for an easy 2. He makes that look so easy, folks. It's 27 to 10. Number 11 bringing the ball down for the Angels. Over to 22. 22 back to 11. 32 is queuing up to come in for the Angels. Bounce pass down to 10, and looks like a block on Ledger Rust, I believe. White 42 with the block.
Hey, you okay?
Angels bringing the ball in. Had a little horseplay in the background, trying to unplug my TV studio. All right, Knights ball. Venom bringing the ball into Gray. Gray bringing the ball across. Over to Rust. Rust back to Gray. Gray passing it inside to Walker. Walker putting it up for 2. Missed the shot, but Rust and 32 on the rebound, and it's a jump ball. Possession goes to Blue. .11 bringing the ball down for the Knights. For the Angels. Taking advantage of a screen, trying to bounce pass, couldn't get it over, but got the shot in. So it is 27 to 12. Landon bringing the ball back down. Driving straight through the defenders, puts the shot up, missed it. Walker tipped it up, and the Angels throw it out quickly to 11. He's going to slow it up, though. And, boy, that almost looked like a travel. All right, 22's got the ball, gives it back to 11. And 11, passing it across, but Ledger with a beautiful steal. Saw the pass coming, jumped up and took it. Ball's over to Gray to bring it down. Gray over to Venom. And Venom back over to Rust. Rust over to Tyler. Tyler to Gray. Gray bounce pass to Walker, turns around, puts it across the basket for Rust. Rust putting it back up, missed the shot. And Angels end up stealing the ball, making a fast break. And he puts the shot up, it's a miss. Ball's out of bounds, we'll see who it's out on. Number 10 subbing in for the Angels. Must have been out on White. Angels ball. 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the first half. Whistle, White ball on the baseline. Ref says 21 blue, I believe that was. Venom bringing the ball in, pass it to Gray. Gray putting it up for an easy 2-point layup. He was wide open. Score is 27-12. Yep. My score doesn't match the scoreboard in the venue. Oh, there it is. They just updated theirs. It's 29-12. All right, Angels down in the corner. Pass it inside to 10. He's driving along the baseline, and there's a block. I believe that was on Gideon Walker. We'll see what the ref says. Yep, White 3-0 with a block. Number 5 is going to sub in for number 32. .21 bringing the ball in, passes it to 5 in the corner, and it's out of bounds immediately. So it's White ball. Number 32 is going to sub back in for number 5. Both teams have 3 fouls. Landon bringing the ball across for the Knights. Over to Venom. Venom down to Rust in the corner. Rust back to Venom, up to, well, Venom back to Rust. Rust back to Venom, inside to Gideon. And the ball's on the floor. Maybe a jump ball. Yep, jump ball. Gideon and number 10. Possession goes to Knights. And Zach Collins subbing in for Landon Gray. 27.4 seconds left in the half. Josh Venom bringing the ball in for the Knights. And he's going to send it into Zach Collins, getting the inbounds, gives it out to Josh Venom for 3. No good, but there's Gideon with a beautiful putback. Gideon Walker doing what the Walkers do. Score is 31-12. 12 seconds left in the half. 22 puts a shot out to 32, up to 11. He's going to do a three-point effort for a buzzer beater. And Josh Venom trying the buzzer beater himself. That was a miss. So at the end of the first half, the score is 31-12. And we'll be taking an 8-minute halftime. All right, as promised, during the halftime, we're going to go through the upcoming schedule. And the schedule includes, tonight's game is a first row. That's home game, high school girls, high school boys, Show Me Christian. And then the second row is Thursday's games, PCCS traveling, high school girls, high school boys. First game starts at 5:30 against Training Center Christian School in Garden City. That's go to Clinton and keep on going like you're going to Kansas City, and it's on 7 Highway, north and west of Clinton. First game starts at 5:30. And that should be live streamed. They've been gracious enough to share their schedule with me. Their Wi-Fi connection with me already. So We should have Wi-Fi. As long as the Wi-Fi is strong enough for a broadcast, we'll do it. If it's not, we'll have a recording running anyway. And then starting on Friday, Friday the 16th, middle school girls and boys travel to Clinton for the Clinton tournament. That's an annual event for the middle school teams. And the boys play first at 4 o'clock, girls play at 6 o'clock on Friday, and then they return on Saturday with the girls playing first at 9, boys at 10, girls at 11. And those games will all be live streamed. Then the girls have a 2 o'clock game, but that won't be live streamed. We won't be available to live stream that game. And then following that, looking at the additional scheduling items that I can't bring up on the screen right now, then we'll be traveling to Fort Scott for an away game on January 20th. High school girls, high school boys. Games start, I believe, at 5:30 at Fort Scott Christian Heights against the Crusaders. That game will be on camera. I'm just not sure if it's going to be live or if it's going to be recorded and uploaded later. Then on January 22nd, middle school boys, high school girls, high school boys traveling to Marshfield. And I believe there's no Wi-Fi there either, so that game will probably be recorded and then uploaded later. January 26th, high school girls, high school boys traveling to Humansville. There is Wi-Fi usually there, and they will allow us to access it, or have in the past, so that should be live. January 27th, traveling middle school boys, middle school girls, traveling to Gloria Deo. First game at 6 o'clock. That game should be live. January 30th, away games. High school girls, high school boys at Hollister. Game starting at 5:30. And then in February, we switch to some home games as we gear up for the state tournament. All right. Let's get the camera back on. And we're going to put the game clock back on. All right, 4 minutes, 46 seconds left in the halftime. Been an exciting game tonight. Both teams are playing hard, fairly well matched.
You may find PCCS on the web at FortCountyChristianSchool.org and on Facebook at Facebook.com/FortCountyChristianSchool or on YouTube at YouTube.com/@PCCS and a direct link to our live broadcast is YouTube.com/@PCCS.
Etch Salon is a proud sponsor of PCCS. Come see the friendly and helpful staff at Etch Salon, located at 919 East Broadway in Bolivar, for your beauty and wellness needs. From hair to pedicure and more, Etch Salon is there to bring out your true glamour. Etch offers color, cut, formal hair and makeup, facial waxing, pedicure, and deep tissue therapeutic massage. Licensed massage therapist Karen Cleveland is happy to schedule your deep tissue or therapeutic massage to help with all your aches and pains. All their staff are licensed in their area of specialty. Check out Facebook.com/EtchSalonBolivar or call Etch Salon at 417-77.
All right, folks. Players are back out on the court, doing their warm-ups. Under 2 minutes before we get into third quarter action. I'd like to give a quick shout out to some of our volunteers for Polk County Christian School. We have Heather Hale managing concessions this evening, as she does at every game. She oftentimes solicits volunteers to help run the concessions at the game, but she's the coordinator for that. And then we have head coach Chad Burton on the floor in the green. He's our athletic director and head coach for basketball. Assistant coach Brian Gray at the score table, just picking up the iPad with a black hat. He's the assistant coach for basketball and also manages the online scoreboard via the Game Changer app. That's what he's doing with the iPad during the game, is he's entering the play-by-play for PCCS. And then, of course, Vanessa Gray, our volleyball coach, is running stats for PCCS at the score table, right in front of Brian Gray, her husband. And then sitting next to her is Nancy Sandage. She's running the scoreboard here in the venue. We appreciate all our volunteers at PCCS. All right, and it's time for third quarter action. Score is 31-12. Score is 31-12 coming out of the halftime. Halftime possession goes to the Knights. Josh Venom bringing the ball in. Pass it over to Landon Gray to bring it down to the right now. Landon back to Josh. Josh over to Landon in the corner. Landon, a bounce pass intended for Ben Walker. Out on Angels. Venom bringing the ball back in for the Knights. Pass it over to Walker. Walker doing what he does, puts it around, missed the shot, but Burton with a putback draws a foul maybe during the shot. We'll see what the ref says. 1-1 blue with a foul, and looks like Lucas Burton going to the free throw, shooting for two. (31-12) currently. First free throw's good. 32-12. Second free throw, nothing but net. 33-12. Number 11 bringing the ball down for the Angels. Over to 10. 10 passing it up top to 21. Intended for 11. Landon Gray got a hand on it, almost forced a turnover there. And 22 got it. He's jump shot from inside the arc. Missed the shot. And ball is probably a half-court violation. Yep, that's correct. Half-court violation. Josh Venom bringing the ball in, gives it to Landon Gray to bring it across. Landon over to Rust on the near side. Rust down to Landon in the corner, up to Venom. Venom down to Gray in the corner. Gray over to Venom. Venom inside to Walker. Walker puts it up for an easy 2-point layup. 35-12. 11 bringing the ball back down for the Angels. I think he's calling for a screen, and he got one, but it was on the other side. Angels pass the ball into 5, put it out to 21. 21 way out to 22, down to 10, but Burton tipped it, and Rust ended up getting the tip over to Venom to bring it down. Venom over to Gray. Gray back to Venom. Venom down to Gray in the corner. Gray into Walker. Walker turns around, does his thing. So that's another 2 points on the board for the Knights. 37-12. Under 6 minutes left in the third quarter. 22 passing the ball to 21. 21 back up to 22. 22 down to 10 on the far side. 10 back to 22, but Burton tipped it, and 22 and Gray fighting for it. And ended up a wild pass, goes to Ben Walker. Ben Walker passes it to Landon Gray, who makes the fast break. Missed the shot. Walker with a putback, missed the shot. Burton got it, tried for a putback, and the Angels ended up stealing it. And 22 going back, and he tries to put it up, no good. Venom clears the board on that. Gives the ball to Gray to bring it down. Gray down to Burton in the corner. Burton putting it up for 3, and it's off the rim and out of bounds off White. Angels ball. Angels bringing the ball down. 22 down to 10 in the corner. He's driving along the baseline. Pass it over to Venom. Venom's going to hand it off to Gray to bring it down. Gray down to Burton. I think Burton was caught off guard. Gives it to Rust. Rust back to Gray. Gray driving in for a jump shot. Puts it up for 2, and close, but Walker's there with the putback, and it's good for 2. 39-12. And there's a timeout. Full timeout on the Angels. Folks, you're watching PCCS TV. We appreciate you tuning in. If you go to our YouTube channel, you'll be able to see most of our games, volleyball and basketball. We haven't figured out a good way to do camera footage for cross country, so we don't do much with cross country. But we also have some chapel events on there and other major school events. Big chapel events such as Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, Veterans Day, and such. And award celebrations at the end of the school year and other major events. All right, Angels ball. Back to live action on PCCS TV. Number 11 bringing the ball across for the Angels. Down to 21, but Russ was there to break up the pass. Well, Angels keep the possession. 5 puts the shot up, but it's no good and out of bounds off the Angels. Venom bringing the ball in for the Knights. Gardner subbed in for, I believe, Ben Walker. Landon Gray bringing the ball down. Venom over to Gardner. Gardner driving in along the baseline. And ref says travel. And the Angels bringing the ball down. Over to 21. 21 up top to 22. Down to 10 on the far side. Driving down to the baseline. Bounce pass. And 11 picks it up. Puts a shot up. No good. Burton with a rebound. Gray bringing the ball back down for the Knights. 32 queuing up for the Angels. Rust swinging the ball back to the near side, puts it up to Burton up top. Intended pass for Gray, and 11 jumped up and tipped it up, so Angels take possession. 22 bringing the ball across. Passing it over to 11. 11 with a jump shot from way outside from the 3. Missed the shot, and Rust with that rebound. Over to Gray to bring it back. Gray driving straight into the paint, putting the shot up, and no good, but Gardner with a putback, and we'll see if the ref says if that counted or not. That was a 2-point shot, counted for Gardner on the putback, so the score is 41-12, and Gardner is at the free throw line shooting the end one. 32 subbing in for number 10. Gardner's free throw was a miss, and 32 got the rebound. Gives it over to 11 to bring it back. 11-22. 22 down to 5. Back up to 11, and Gray on that, trying to save it, and it's out of bounds on White. Good effort on Gray, trying to force a turnover there. Number 21 bringing the ball into 22 for the Angels, gives it to 11, and there's a whistle. I think that was on 3 White. I was looking elsewhere, so I didn't see it. I believe it. I'm sure it'll be on camera. Angels bringing the ball in. 21, passing it to 11. 11, backing up for a shot, missed it, and Rust with the rebound. Gives it to Gray. Gray bringing it back across. Over to Venom. Venom inside to Burton. Burton putting it up, missed it, and Gardner with the putback and missed the shot, but I think drew a foul. And I think that was 3-2 with the foul. Gardner's and one is a miss. Oh, that's right. That was not an and one. He's going for 2 free throws. Second one's a miss, and Burton got the rebound. He's going to turn around and put it right back, and it's good for 2. 43-12. Angels bringing the ball down. Number 11's got it, taking the screen, and pass behind his back was almost stolen by Landon. I don't think the Angels were ready for that pass. 22's got the ball, gives it to 11, immediate jump shot from inside the arc. No good. Landon saves the ball from going out of bounds, and Landon going to bring it down for the Knights. Bounce pass inside to Burton. Burton stepping up for the shot, puts it up for 2, and it's 45-12. 11 bringing the ball back down for the Angels. Passing it over to 21. 21 down to 12, and 32 in the corner. Pass it inside to 11. Turned around for the shot, no good. Gardner and 5 on that rebound, and it's a jump ball. Number 10 subbing in for number 5. Jump ball possession goes to Angels. 21 passed the ball in for the Angels. Gives it off to 10 under the basket, and he lost possession, but the Angels pick it up off the floor. Well, it's going to be a jump ball. Possession goes to Knights. And Tyler Anderson subbing in for Ledger Rust. Alden Gardner bringing the ball into Landon Gray. Landon's bringing it down for the Knights. Landon over to Lucas Burton in the corner. Three-point effort. It's a miss, but Landon Gray steals the ball back right away from the Angels, and the Angels steal it. That was Alden trying to steal it back, ends up with a jump ball. Possession goes to the Angels. 21 bringing the ball into 11. 11's going to bring it across. Over to 21. 21 back to 11. And Landon forcing a steal if he can get it before it rolls out, and the ball's out of bounds. Good effort. Angels ball. 1 minute left in the third quarter. 11 bringing the ball across for the Angels. Jump shot from inside the arch, no good. And the ball's on the floor, rolls over to 32, picks it up, puts it up, good for two. It's 45-14. 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Landon over to Burton in the corner. Burton driving along the the baseline, puts it up for two, and it's 47-14. Angels ball, 27 seconds left. 11 bringing the ball across. Bounce pass to 22, passes it down to 10, puts it up for three. No good, and Burton with a rebound. Over to Gray. Gray's bringing it back. 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Over to Gardner. Gardner over to Burton. Bounce pass over to cross to Gray for a 2-point buzzer beater. And look at that! There he goes. Landon Gray puts that buzzer beater in. 49-14 as we go into fourth quarter action. A 1 minute break for the players. Appreciate the refs being here. We've seen these refs here before. Always professional, and appreciate that. I think some of the players got a fan club. Good turnout in the stands for the Knights. And honestly, for as far as the Angels had to travel, pretty good turnout for the Angels as well. All right, and we're up for fourth quarter action. No changes on the floor for the Knights between the third and fourth quarter. Venom bringing the ball into Gray. Gray bringing the ball across, passing it inside to Gideon. Gideon trying to put the shot up. Defenders. Ball's out on the no, not out. They kept it in bounds. Landon Gray with a steal, making the fast break, putting the shot up and drawing a foul. Wow. That was some good play. That was on 1-1 for the Angels. First foul of the fourth quarter. Landon Gray going to the free throw line, shooting for two. The clock is still going. I don't know, maybe that's because we're in the fourth quarter or because we're ahead by a little bit. Landon's first free throw is good. That's an example of I don't know the rules, folks. Landon Gray going for a second free throw. And it's good. Landon's going to take a breather. Zach Collins going to sub in for Landon. Zach Collins, number 14. Tyler Anderson, number 00, I believe. I think there were more subs coming in that weren't quite queued up, or the ref didn't see them queued up. Well, they're not ready. So they're going to bring the ball back in. And 22 has the ball down to 10 in the corner. 10 backing along the baseline. No shot. Passes it over to 32. Alley-oop intended for a teammate, but Gideon Walker stole it, and Alden Gardner putting it up for 2. Folks, that's a highlight reel. That was a beautiful play for Alden Gardner. Love to see that. For a new addition to the team this year, he's been really good for the team. Looking forward to seeing him grow on this team, too. All right, 5 minutes, 56 seconds left in regulation play. All right, Angels ball under the Knights basket. 32 brings the ball into 11 to bring it down. Over to 32, 32 to 50, 50 back to 32 to 11, bounce pass to 10, and he slid on the floor and he's on the ground, travel. Josh Venom brings the ball in to Gardner to bring it down for the Knights. Gardner back to Venom. Venom over to Anderson in the corner. Anderson inside to Venom. Venom back out to Gardner. Gardner swinging it to the far side. Back up top to Gardner. Gardner bounce pass to Anderson. Anderson's going to dribble down to the corner. And up to Venom. Venom back over to Gardner. He's driving into the defenders. He's in the paint, puts it up to Walker. Walker with a beautiful shot. Gideon Walker. Score is 55 to 14. Number 4 over to 10 in the corner. 10 for a three-point effort. It's a miss. Gideon Walker with a good rebound. And there's a whistle. Tyler Anderson making a fast break, helped out by Alden Gardner. Was on 0-0 with a push. So I'm guessing that must have been on Tyler. Looks like possession goes to Angels. Yep, that's correct. That was on us. Number 11 bringing the ball down for the Angels. Over to 5 in the corner, 5 over to 4, 4 back up top to 11. Over to 32, 32 cross court to 5, far corner, back up top to 11. 11 with a long three-point effort, no good. Gardner clears the board and bringing it down for the Knights. Gardner down to Anderson in the corner. Passing it inside to Gardner. Gardner out to Walker. Trying that same thing and close, but not quite. Angels get possession. Number 11 bringing it back. There's Tyler trying to steal it. And Collins trying to help him with it, but 11 goes on through. And there's a block. Not sure who that was on. White 30. Gideon Walker with a block. Good effort, good defense. I was confused there for a minute. All right. Number 32 bringing the ball in for the Angels. Pass it away up top to 11. And he bounced past it out to 5 for a jump shot. No good. Zach Collins with a rebound there. And Tyler Anderson making the fast break. 11 steals the ball, and he's going to make a fast break back. And passing it over to 32, puts it up, missed the shot, and Gardner with the rebound. Gardner making a fast break, back down, he's open. puts it up and missed it, and the ball's out on blue. I get it. I'm smiling with him, folks. He didn't realize he had a foot out of bounds and grabbed the ball, thought he was in. I can see myself doing the same thing if I were fit enough to be on the court. Venom bringing the ball in for the Knights. Passing it into Walker under the basket. Doing that Walker trick. Puts it up for 2. 57-14. A minute 32 seconds left in regulation play. 11 pass the ball over to 4. 4 over to 5. 5 up top to 11. 11 with a long three-pointer, no good. 5 got the rebound, back up to 11. He's into the free throw line, puts it up for 2, and gets it, so it's 57-16. A minute 11 seconds left in the regulation quarter. Gardner bringing the ball across for the Knights. Up to Venom. Venom down to Anderson. Anderson going for a three-point effort, missed it. Walker trying to get that rebound, and the Angels tipped the ball out of bounds. Venom into Walker, and Walker turns around, puts it up, missed it, and Gardner had the ball, tipped out, I believe, off of blue. All right, Venom's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Pass the ball in to Collins. Collins up to Anderson. Anderson to Gardner. Gardner out to Venom. Venom over to Tyler. Tyler Anderson putting the shot up. Hits off the backboard. Gardner gets a rebound over to Venom. Venom going to Anderson. Anderson missed the pass, and Angels steal the ball, but that's the final score, folks. 57-16 at the end of the fourth quarter. That's the final. Thank you so much for watching PCCS TV.
Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education.